I hate getting constipated, bro. That's like such you're sitting like,
I had
you know.
I had a whole week, I think it was last year, where I was constipated, and it's like, fuck, I gotta get it out.
That whole family is so.
Alright, everybody, welcome to the Trailer Park Boys Fan Federation. My name is Morgan Rector, and my co-host Raymond Hazen is.
I'm that turd that just won't fuss. I'm Ray Hazen Jr.
Are there peanuts in it? Is it?
Always, dog.
Yeah.
I'm full of nuts, bro. I'm all nuts.
Is it? Was it a constipation Wonder Bread shit, or was it?
Oh God, I hope not, dude. I hate getting constipated, bro. That's like such you're sitting like.
I had a whole week, I think it was last year, where I was constipated, and it's like, fuck, I gotta get it out, because it's not like, it's like you feel like you gotta go and you can't, but it's like I gotta get it out, or else I won't be able to concentrate on anything. But
laxatives.
Yeah, I bought a whole big jar of Metamucil, and so it didn't seem to work until after, everything was out. But
drink a bunch of really salty water. Get a bunch of water, make it taste like the ocean, and drink it. You'll be shitting. You might throw up a little bit too. Gotta hold down. That's why you can't drink the ocean. It's because it'll tear up your insides, and you'll be shitting all over the place and want to throw up and stuff. I learned that when I was in prison. The UFC fighter guy that I fought later on, he was doing it's called a saltwater cleanse, and I guess they do it. And he was doing it, and he wanted someone to do it with him. He's like, anyone want to do it? And no one would do it. I was like, well, fuck it, I'll do it with you, bro. Fuck it. We were buddies by then. We fought.
Well, here's an idea for a laxative. Go to Mexico and bottle a bunch of their tap water, because they say if you're not from there and you drink the water, you'll get diarrhea. So maybe that'll help.
Montezuma's revenge, bro.
Yeah.
I think you get worse than just diarrhea. I think that shit can make you sick.
Yeah, they're used to it. I mean, their babies grew up with it, but
probably get malaria or something.
Dysentery.
Dysentery, yeah.
That's horrific, man. That's like general illness, and on top of that, so much diarrhea. I think it kind of dehydrates you. It's like it just clears you right out.
You shit out all your water in your body too.
Yeah. Like all the POWs in the Vietnam War, a lot of them got dysentery. On top of everything else. All right.
Getting all sort of staph infection because of that shit. Man, this episode got shitty quick, dude.
Yeah. Pun intended. Yeah.
Pun completely intended, bro. All right, dog. Let me get this thing heated up here. I'll have a dab, and then I got some ice chilling in some water, so I can fill the bong up with some ice water. I'll have a couple bongos, I think, a couple cones.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, Morgan. I'm totally bummed out about that episode, dude.
Yeah, me too.
For those of you who
are unaware, we're creating a show called Straight from the Can, where Raymond and a man named Jason McMurray are going to be interviewed by myself, and we're going to talk about their experiences being in prison and how it's impacted their general life. Something went wrong with Skype, and unfortunately, we didn't get to keep the episode. We recorded it.
Yeah, we rocked out a bitchin' ass hour and fucking half almost first episode that was killer, dude. It was rocking, and for some reason, Skype just didn't upload it to us for us to download, and That's the second time that's happened ever, and it's really, really, really fucking annoying.
Skype was being like Barb in season 10, like trying to take her.
You ready, dude? I'm ready. Let's rock.
All right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Let's rock. I hope everyone likes our new trailer studio. We finally ponied up and got a little trailer for us to perform in. A little studio here. That's Bubbles' boombox up there on top of the TV.
It's funny how that came out in the 2000s and yet it has a cassette deck.
These is cassette decks, motherfucker. This one ain't even cassette deck. It's a C motherfucking B.
I don't think there's even a CD drive in there.
This one ain't even a cassette player. It's a C motherfucking B.
Yeah.
There's a CB up in that damn boombox. Right? Isn't that funny? Here comes Snoop-a-Loop, old Snoop Doggy Dogg, like the G of G's, hip is hip, right? And he gives Bubbles a damn cassette deck. Woo.
Boy, remember, they used to be the shit to own like a huge cassette deck, the so-called ghetto blasters.
Yeah, ghetto blast. You walk around with them up on your shoulder like this, like all.
Yeah, and a lot of bachelors would do a thing where they would order like the 10-tiered fucking stereo. Takes like days to put it together. Maybe
That was a home entertainment center, home stereo.
Yeah.
I had one of those in my room.
Still do. So there was like a turntable, CD player, cassette. And it didn't just have a radio, but almost like a shortwave receiver too. And these guys would sometimes import them from like Germany or something. You know.
Well, that's what the technology was like back then, bro. You know, they didn't have it like Del Wiz. And plus, those home entertainment centers, those home stereo centers like that, they always sounded much better than just like a boombox. You got to admit that. And so, I mean, a boombox is cool for going out to the park or cruising around or whatever, walking around. I don't even think that was still a little bit before Walkman. I think when those boombox ghetto blasters were rocking. Then everyone started getting the Walkman and the Discman.
Well, I remember in the 90s here, it was mostly guys who were into techno, playing loud music in cars. You didn't get to hear rock very often. It was just like, yeah, with a purple light underneath the car.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I always wanted one of those cars like that, though.
With the light.
I'm not gonna lie, with the lights everywhere. Like I'd have it all green, though, like green light underneath. Fucking green, like window, like tint windows, like green lights, so everything looks green.
Oh,
like
a
fucking spaceship driving down the road and shit.
You know what I want? Corey and Trevor's snowmobile car. That's so stupid that it was almost brilliant when I think about it.
Oh, it was, dude.
I don't know how they figured it out, but.
It's funny that you say that because it ties in. Because I have always thought that the one thing that would have made that thing better is if it did have a light bar underneath. So when they come pulling up, it's like neon purple or something. All, what's up, guys? Just fucking glowing underneath it.
Begging to be included in a robbery.
Right?
Come on,
where's the bank machine we're gonna rob? Oh man. Oh, so did I tell you that I think I got a job, an actual job?
Oh yeah, what does that consist
Yeah,
of?
something that's actually going to pay me wages and give me some benefits for a while. Nothing special. I'm not gonna. It's not editing or anything yet. That's going to take some time to find one of those, or maybe one of these days when we actually make it big, we can afford to really pay us
Yeah.
to make a movie or something, right? But no, I'm going to be, as Thurgood in Half Baked once said, I'm going to be a master of the custodial arts. Or a janitor, if you want to be a dick about it. It's
Well,
a company. It's a company
it's an
here. It's just
important
janitorial
job.
work.
It's an important job. Imagine going to school and the place is filthy.
Yeah, well, I don't think I'm going to be working at a school. It's not that kind of.
Oh,
It's just. It's a janitor company that other companies contract out janitors through.
oh yeah.
You know
So
what I'm saying?
you drive the equipment there to the site and you clean it and is
Yeah,
that
well, like I'll go to whatever building, and that's what I clean that day or for however long that whether I don't really know if it's a permanent, like you're permanently stationed at this building, or if it's like, hey, you're going to be at this building for 2 weeks, you're going to be at that building for a week, something like that. But yeah, it's cool. I thought it was cool because they hire felons, and uh, they don't test for weed. So I was like, well, shit, that's me. And I passed the background check, which was cool. And I knew I would. I passed California's background check to be IHSS when I took care of grandma, so I knew I could pass the check, which is funny. I think it's just because my shit's all so old. You know what it is? Like, they're finally, no one cares anymore. See, it used to matter. See, that was something we were talking about on the show. On the show earlier that no one will ever get to hear now. But we'll touch more of it on the show Straight from the Can. So you guys should check it out. Straight from the Can coming soon. Should have had a first episode coming already, but I guess we'll have to wait till next week to get the first episode out. We'll see how it goes. Record a new first episode, I guess. I don't know, but I'm not. Maybe it's not such as a problem as it used to be. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is old. My most recent anything is from it's either the end of 13 or the very beginning of 14. That's the last time I've been in trouble for anything. And then most of my stuff is, over 15 to 20 years old. And I don't know if people really care for things much over 10 years anymore.
yeah, maybe not. Yeah.
I think there's a statute of limitation on things, except for the big crimes, murder, rape, things like that, Other than that, I think there's some sort of statute of limitation. Like, after a while, they don't matter. I don't know.
So
I'm stoned and tired.
yeah.
I just smoke weed. That's what I need to do.
Well, yeah, I made a list of random thoughts. Actually, I think it was made last week. So, first one is, I've never seen the movie The Mummy, and it seems like everyone who has seen it really loves it.
I loved it.
Yeah. You'd recommend it?
Yeah, dude. With Brendan Fraser, the original one's the best by far.
Yeah.
Number 2 was cool. They're all kind of cool. The one, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor or something like that. I thought that was going to be amazing because of the name, and it had Jet Li playing the mummy character, but it really wasn't that great. And then I think they didn't they just come out with a newer one with somebody else in it now?
I think so. I'm not sure what it is, though.
Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. People are they're really on board with Brendan Fraser making a comeback. He won an award for who he did, and people are fucking giving him a standing ovation. And
dude, I always liked Brendan Fraser. I don't even know why people started hating him all of a sudden.
I've never seen him do bad work, that's for sure.
No, dude, he was gold. Remember George of the Jungle? It was stupid,
Yeah.
but he was awesome. He was amazing at it, bro.
Yeah.
She was so funny.
I saw School Ties. He was good at that, and that was a serious drama.
Fucking Encino Man, bro. He was gold, dude. Brendan Fraser was great. Oh, whoa.
Well, to play a character that's maybe kind of dumb, but without going over the top and just acting stupid, you know what I mean? If you can strike the right balance so they're dumb, but with dignity, that's probably not easy to do, I would say. Because just making a fool of yourself, I mean, I don't think there's much merit to that. But if you can find a way like Jim Carrey can do that, you know what I mean?
Totally. Dude, I think you just came up with the name of the documentary of the story of our rise to stardom and fame. Dumb with Dignity.
Dumb with Dignity. Yeah.
The Morgan Rector, Ray Hayes, the Leader One Studios rise to fame. Fucking Leader One Conehead rise to fame. Dumb with Dignity.
Yeah.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
Well, you got to.
One of the only documentaries that actually gets a theater release.
Yeah, right. Well, it takes confidence to put something out there for public consumption because people can be nasty when they.
Oh, for sure.
Sometimes to the point where they make personal comments, you know.
You gotta have steel balls wrapped in fucking Teflon. You know what I'm saying?
Every celebrity also has constant death threats. Even guys who are fucking ripped, 6'5" and 300 pounds of pure muscle. Even they have bodyguards because there are people threatening to kill them, threatening to beat them up, and.
Oh yeah.
So that, and that's a permanent fixture of their lives. They can't be without them because, especially women. I remember this actress saying these guys would come up to her in a parking lot or something, and say, "Oh, I jerked off to you." Women don't want to hear that from a strange man. You know what I'm saying? So women, the female celebrities get it the worst.
What would you say if some dude just walked up and said, "Hey, Morgan Rector, I jerked off to you"?
That would be fucking creepy. I think women feel the same way, on the same level, you know. Yeah, just
I'd probably just look at him and be like, "Thank you."
Well, the difference is that he might not rape me, whereas he might rape the woman. That's the problem. Yeah.
I don't know, bro. There's some dudes that like chubby, short, bald guys. You know.
There's guys in the gay bear community.
I keep telling people, I'm telling you everything. It doesn't matter who you are, what you look like. There's a kink for you out there. Somebody is into you. You could be the biggest chick walrus out there, straight wildebeest, manatee, and someone's into you. You just got to find them.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true. It's true.
My second one is: have you ever shaved with a straight razor?
Not personally, but I've had it professionally done.
Oh yeah, because I've thought about getting one because, they say, you save a ton of money because those things will keep for decades. And I only shave.
I mean, you just got to keep it sharp. That's it, you know. And it will.
It's supposed to be a better shave too.
It is. You know what's funny? And I think it's kind of because of all my time locked up. But inside, the only razors you get are the super cheap, yellow plastic fucking disposable ones that got one blade. And so I've shaved with those a lot in my life. And honestly, I prefer that shit. I prefer, the cheap 1 or 2 blade razors. I find all the extra shit it's needless. It's just extra money. I can get a super close, nice shave with just 1 or 2 blades. And, so maybe, so something, but yeah, the professional, it was super smooth, bro. So smooth. But you'll notice if you go shave with your regular razor, you even if you go against, because I go against the grain a lot, which people say don't really do, but I do. I go against the grain, and so I get a really close shave. My shit's smooth when you feel it. But if you go against it, even you can still feel little tiny and for some reason with that straight razor, no, But yeah, you're not wrong. You keep that shit sharp, and it'll last you damn near forever, and you get really good shaves. But you might cut the shit out of yourself a few times, get practice,
Yeah, it's true. This next one, I must have been stoned when I came up with this, but this is something I think maybe a lot of teenage boys would do with their teenage boy friends, 14, 15 years old. You ever answered a phone call with a burp, knowing it was them?
Oh, yeah. I did that last week, bro.
You did last week. Well, I still find farts hugely funny. Obviously, I mean, I'm writing a fucking movie about it. Oh yeah, I came up with that idea to have like tuba music playing through the movie, and I want it to be like loud and discordant, like really blasting the thing.
I answer most of Kevin's phone calls with a fart. A fart and a fuck you.
Really? Not bad. The next one is wigs versus toupees, and I thought, here's an example where men don't have privilege, because if a guy who's bald starts wearing a toupee, people hate that. Some might feel embarrassed to be seen with him. His woman probably doesn't like it.
Say one word to anyone and I will kill you. Do you understand me? It looks real.
Whereas if a woman had like alopecia and started wearing a bunch of wigs, nobody would object. Like people feel like it's okay for women to wear wigs, and men, no. They really feel that way.
Maybe it has something to do with the fact that it's okay for men to be bald, but it's not really okay for women to be. Like, even though some women do and some women rock it and some women don't look half bad. Sinead O'Connor didn't look half bad, with a bald head. But it's not really socially or socially acceptable. Yeah. So maybe that's what it's got to do. You're a man. We can have short hair or bald heads, and it's okay. So if you got it, rock it with dignity. Whereas a chick, they're not supposed to, so cover it up. And also, women do invest a lot more into cosmetics, I guess you could say. Dolling, the paint jobs, and things like that, accessories. So that's more natural for them than us. Men might buy glasses, hearing aid, but that's really it normally, And that's not true. I guess a lot of men do buy wigs.
Well, one of the evolutionary theories about why male pattern baldness exists is that it was a sort of a tactic to give you an advantage in a fight, because hair pulling hurts so much. So that's what I think is that maybe they just naturally decide not to go with hair as much as women did. Seems to me.
Well, yeah, I mean, see, that would have something to do with why men have short hair. I don't think that would have anything to do with male pattern baldness, actually, because I mean, just cutting your hair short isn't going to make your children have short hair. They can still grow long hair. So, I don't know. Dude, you should get a wig, bro. Fuck, who gives a shit what anyone thinks? I think you'd get like one of them. Do you remember when Al Bundy got that hair growth shit, and he had that long fucking mane of hair?
How do I look? Jumping Jehoshaphat, I'm a hunk. I'm a dude. I'm a hunky dude.
You should get like some like long fucking luscious
like Fabio.
like Fabio, bro. Oh my God, more yes, dude.
But boy, man, have you ever seen a guy who was like, he had a really bad rug? It just it's worse than being bald. Just, dude, don't do this to yourself. Like where they're just fucking clueless. They don't realize it looks terrible. It's like the wrong color, wrong do, or it's revealing patches of skin up there or whatever.
You know what, Morgan? I don't know when, where, or what film it's going to be, but something we make someday. We're writing in we're writing in a cameo character of you with the Fabio hair, and like maybe you like walk across like a college campus and like all the chicks like take off after you or something, dude. Yeah. Because of the hair, just because of the hair, Oh, that'd be fucking great, dude.
All right, next one is a crime-related question, and it's something that if the boys had ever become millionaires, they would have to contend with. The best way is to launder money. If you have like $3 million in cash, and the government finds out, it's just automatically assumed you got it from crime. So you got to find a way to make it look legit. And
Slot machines, the casino.
oh yeah,
You know, you go in with just hundreds at a time. You know, couple buddies, get like 4 or 5 buddies to all go in with hundreds at a time, so you get a few grand at a time every day, and then you just go in, you put it into get it all in machines and change, and then you feed them into the machine, play a few times, and then cash out. You know?
That or just own a casino, and that way just put it on the books. You know that much, they have that much cash there, and I think because
do you have R2-D2 tied up in the closet?
He's my tech stone, yeah. but yeah, it's like they don't make a transaction record of every single gambling move that's made, so you could definitely use a casino to launder money. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And see, that's the thing. Like most casinos now, they give you vouchers when you cash out. You get what I'm saying? So like if you go to the machine and you put a couple hundred, like you can put $100 bills right into the slot machine, right? Like go to like the dollar machine or the $5 machine, right? Put in a couple $100, and then you can just spin it a couple times. You know, spend a few bucks, $10, $20 or whatever, right? And then when you cash out, it spits out a voucher. And then you go over to the cash cage and you hand them that voucher, and they give you money, and then you leave. The money that you actually put in there is still in that machine.
Yeah, that's right. That's so.
Now, that would be. It'd have to be pretty legit because it's counterfeit, right? So it would have to be. It's not like stolen money; it's counterfeit money, right?
Yeah,
because that would work. That would work best with like stolen money. You know, counterfeit money, you might want to be careful because if it's not perfect, those machines it won't read. You know, it'll read it and it'll be like, no, this is fake. So I guess in that case, I wasn't thinking about that when I first spit that one out. Yeah, but if it's counterfeit, unless it's spot on, unless you can make the watermark and everything, yeah, you wouldn't want to do that. You'd have to go somewhere. I mean, that's the thing, dude. What you want to do is you don't want to make anything big, dude. So like nothing over like a $10 or a $20 bill, because who checks a $20 bill or $5? Who checks $5 bills? You know? No one pulls that pen out to check $5 bills, or no one. You know, you bring a $10 bill. How many times do you see him lift it up to the light to look for the watermark? You know, no one does. So that's what you do, and then and then I don't know, man.
Yeah. Besides,
I don't know.
They say real estate is another way to launder. I'm not clear on why that is, or what. Maybe it has to do.
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm thinking whatever, because you don't want to spend large amounts at a time. You'd have to invest large amounts in real estate to do that. So you want to stay small. That's how you don't get noticed. You know. Yeah, so like I'm thinking like, you know, going to the sandwich shop, and you buy shit there every day, but you pay with a $100 bill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or you pay if you got a bunch of 10s or a bunch of 20s. You know, you pay that way, and you just get the change back. But they're probably going to check the hundreds at their, you know, unless you go to like the Habib shop. Maybe the Habib shop might not check. You know, or fuck, dude. I don't know. I haven't really laundered money in a long time. I just spent it, you know?
Yeah. Well, I guess one way to do it through real estate is like you buy some expensive properties to rent out, and then you keep, or maybe somehow maybe with the Shell Corporation, you buy all these houses and to make it, and then you sell them at the same price, and then the money you make as a quote-unquote profit goes to you. Maybe that's how they do it. Like you're buying from yourself, so to speak, and you know, the profits of the sale, and then you just tell the government, sold the house.
True. But I don't know. That would be kind of red flaggish to me. If someone just randomly bought like 5 houses and then sold them all at the same price, I'd be like,
Well, not the same price. You'd have to.
You know?
Variable. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you get my point. Even if you change it, like, okay, so you change it a few grand up or down, doesn't matter. You do it at each one a little bit, so it's still relative. So you still even out the same, right? But fucking, that would still be such a red flag to me. If I was IRS or something, I'd be like, wait a minute, who's this guy right here? Never heard of him before. All of a sudden, he's just buying fucking real estate and selling it, all in like a 3-month period. Yeah. We better get down there. We better bring the guns and roses, and we better get out. Yeah.
Well, did you ever learn that little bit of symbolism in Terminator 2? So the Schwarzenegger Terminator is in the mall, and he's carrying a box with a gun inside, and when the box opens, there's some roses that tumble out, and people now say, "Oh yeah, it's because Guns N' Roses is on the soundtrack." It's dumb, but sounds plausible.
Yeah, I mean, you can make anything sound logical if it's, relevant. So, yeah, I can see how people would think that. I highly doubt that's what it was. It was just a box of roses, and Terminator used a shotgun, and they were sitting there like, okay, what can he find in a mall that is perfect size to fit the shotgun that he holds? Oh, a box of roses. Like.
Oh, the T-1000 is one of my favorite movie villains of all time. That is such a genius character. And to think that they rendered it at a time when CGI was still in its infancy.
Yeah.
Incredible work. That was just James Cameron is a genius.
In Call of Duty Vanguard, you can buy that character and you run around and play as that Terminator. And what's cool when you when you kill that character, so he explodes into like the way that the thing did when he got hit with the big rocket or the grenade launcher or whatever, and he blows all before he comes back together. That's what he does when he dies. The fucking character. It's pretty cool. Yeah. I don't have it. I don't spend the money on Call of Duties like that. I don't buy all the characters. It's like $20 for a character, dude. Fuck that. Buy a whole damn game for more than that, but
yeah, I bet there are people who are probably poor because they've spent so much money on gaming shit. That's probably. I'll bet that's like a modern. Well, gaming can become a legitimate addiction. They've proven that. That's very real.
It's better for you than crack.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
True, but on the other hand, like you have no life outside of it. But I don't know. I guess like if you're happy and you're not, and you're paying your bills and everything, if that's all you want out of life, and you really love it. Well, I guess it's a victimless crime, right? So
true that, and you know what? I've been out there running amok most of my life, and I'll tell you right now, there really ain't much out there besides trouble.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So. I rarely get in trouble when I just sit in my room.
And if you got laid, well, there's a chance a woman might break your heart, and that fucking sucks. It's horrible sometimes.
Yeah. That's why you gotta not care. That's the trick. Just don't catch feelings. It's kind of like what I said earlier on the episode that no one will ever get to hear. What's the one thing I wish I knew before I ever went to jail ever? Just break up with any girlfriend you got immediately. Don't even fuck around with it. Just save yourself that headache. Yeah.
Richard Pryor kind of did a joke about that once. He goes, women get all funky when you're locked up. I never liked your mama.
Right.
Just talk about how, you can't touch them, can't do anything. So she'll sit there and there's a fucking CO there. She'll fuck with you and you can't do shit about it.
A lot of times there's glass.
Yeah, that too.
You can't even do anything. You're talking over a little telephone. And that's the thing, bro. It's so rare for them to stay faithful or keep showing up or be nice all the time. Fucking.
Some do,
Lord forbid. Lord forbid. Some do. Some do. It's rare. It's rare. But some do. And the other thing is the younger you are. So that's the thing. If you're older, women are a little more ready to settle down and commit when they're older. Younger, on the other hand, the odds of getting a 20-year-old chick to come visit you for 6 months and stay celibate and not flirt with dudes. Right, dude. She's banging 3 dudes next weekend at the kegger party.
She's Lucy.
Lucy
She's a trailer park hoe.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, Lucy, she was shameless too, dude. She was open about it. Didn't care who knew it. If she was stoned at a party, she'd start fucking flirting with all the dudes. She's not even subtle about it either. Like demonstrating how she would suck guys.
How tame do you want me, George?
Putting a goddamn hot dog in her mouth, like. Yeah, Ted doesn't like chicks, so he wouldn't have been tempted by that.
Yeah, not at all.
I wonder if it's true when Randy said he had a tiny penis. It's like such and such, you and your tiny penis. And Ted didn't deny it. He didn't say anything.
No, he didn't say a word. And so that's confession through omission, right?
When you insult a man's manhood and maybe it has qualities that invite insult, you're going to strike a serious blow. And
chicks do that, and Randy's kind of chickish because he is a sort of effeminate gay man.
Because you are a power bottom.
But when they do that, I like to always just throw out it's big enough to make you squeal.
Oh yeah. Have you had
or you'll just throw out no, it's not. You're just that big. Like a hot dog down a hallway, you know?
Have you had chicks do the thing to you at the end of the relationship where they list all your faults and saying the worst things about you?
I've had them do it, not to me. Dude, there was once a fucking Facebook group about me with a bunch of chicks and exes.
Are you serious?
That I banged and shit. Yes, I swear to God.
What was the common thing? What were the common things that?
I don't really know because I wasn't able to see it. You know.
Oh, what was it? Private, secret?
Yeah, I was blocked from the group, but there was a bunch of chicks that were in this group that would just talk about me, bro. And the ex, the boy's mom, she's the one that I think she started it. Or she was one of the ones that started it, but
I wonder if I were to create like a fake account as a woman. I wonder if I could get in there. It'd be interesting. You could do that too, or do you think they would pick up on you because of things that you would write? Do you think?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I imagine I could play it off pretty well.
Well, I would be flattered that they actually felt so strongly about me, they devote part of their time to that.
Of course. Well, see, that's the thing, dude. I still rent space in their minds.
Yeah, you do, clearly. To go out of their way to create that goddamn group and write there, and especially when you consider, if you're going to do a long post on Facebook on your phone, it takes a while, and it's sometimes autocorrect fucks it up. You have to put a lot of effort into it. And they've decided they want to do this.
You know what it is? I think it's because I'm a beautiful asshole. You know?
That's what it is, yeah.
Yeah. So I pissed them off enough to grind a nerve, but they find me attractive. Yeah, and I'm actually, I'm not just Jim. I'm actually pretty good in sack. Chicks used to come down to the riverbed to bang me when I was homeless just because they heard, hey, so and so was talking about it. Let's put it to the test.
You've lived the Ricky.
All right. Very much, and that's what it is, dude. So they miss the sex, they miss my charm, but I'm also a bit of an asshole, and I'll admit that, and I can be very abrasive, and I do speak my mind, and I call bullshit out all the time. I don't care who it is. I call bullshit when I see it. That's bullshit. I'm sorry. I don't just. And that's the thing. I expect the same too. That's the thing. I expect that. If I'm saying something, or if I'm completely wrong, I expect someone to go, "No, Scoob, you're wrong, dude." And here you go, dude. Or no, you're being a dick. You're being the dick right now. Knock it off. I expect that. So that's how I am with people too. And anyway, it doesn't really work with chicks so much. When you go, no, sweetie, you're fucking being an idiot right now. They don't like that. But.
Well, it's weird because I would think so you had all those beefs with me, so why did you stay with me? You know what I'm saying?
Because of the sex, bro.
Yeah.
That's why. Because I'm good in the sack, so they kept coming back to get laid. Fuck, me and the boy's mom must have split up 15 or 20 times, But then she would keep Drake away from me, and then the only way I would be able to see him is if we got back together, or I'd bang her a few times, and that would kind of lead to us getting back together. And then it would always end the same way, within a few weeks, few months. And it's just like, all right, I'm cool, and I'd completely want to stay away, but then she'd keep the boy away.
I wonder if she wanted you to get her pregnant again, maybe.
I don't know.
Because I have a friend who's the mother of his child won't let him see the kid because she wanted him to get her pregnant again, and he wouldn't do it. So
she also knew that I wouldn't. I don't know, because she knew I wouldn't go for that, because she was told, her and I was in the room when the doctor told us that she shouldn't have kids. Drake was born with a tumor in his heart and shit, and the doctor was like, yeah, you shouldn't have kids anymore, man. You really shouldn't. There's a lot of serious complications that you can have. And her new child is, I've told you this in the past, and I don't want to talk too shit. I don't want to shit talk, because he's a cool little kid, but he's got a lot of problems. And she was told, 15 years ago, you shouldn't have any more children. And she did it selfishly because she wanted. I'm not saying that she doesn't love her kids. She's not happy to have them. I'm not saying that at all. But I'll tell you what it was. Is just Drake was getting older, and she wanted another baby. And the more kids you have, the more you get in the welfare state, And so that's what it is. And she just wanted more. And it's easier to have a kid and just collect than actually have to work for
provide.
So
does Drake have health problems?
Well, yeah. He's got tuberous sclerosis. So he was born with a tumor in his heart. The tumor has gone away, but he can. What is that? Fucking nice, dude. There it is. Little benign tumors and stuff can come and go throughout the body at any time, and then as you may know or may not know, with any benign tumor, it can become cancerous. Yeah. So, not saying it will. Just there's a chance that anyone could. So he's got that. He's got to deal with the rest of his life, and his little brother's got the same problem. But more and worse. And so it's just like I asked her, I was like, "Are you done having kids now? Like, did you learn the lesson yet?" She didn't really answer that one. She never really answers me.
So you said Drake has tuberculosis?
Tuberous sclerosis.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, so that's something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically it's heart disease.
Tumors.
Right, so it's like heart disease caused by cancer in a way.
Well, it's just tumors throughout the body.
Yeah.
Like Lindsay's got some in her brain. I don't need to say all this shit. I'm not just joking. She does. And
she does.
That's what makes me wonder sometimes, like, why she. Because some of the things that she says, like, it's way out, dude. Like, I've heard she's Drake be on PlayStation was playing games, and she'll come in and some of the things she's screaming at him, and she'll go from 0 to what if she's being murdered, like, in seconds, dude. Like, straight emotional manipulation type shit. And it's just like, I'm listening to it, and I wonder sometimes if maybe just her rational thought process is being fucked up by something,
That sounds like a borderline personality disorder. The person has they're not really capable of being rational emotionally. Just every emotion to the extreme. When they're happy, they're like deliriously, maniacally happy. When they're depressed, they want to kill themselves. When they're angry, they want to hurt someone. It's like extreme emotions.
Yeah, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
It's like she just flips out, and everything's the biggest fucking end of the world shit that'll ever be. Man, why is my green all fucked up tonight, dude?
Well, you know what? Well, you mentioned that Drake doesn't like to rock. He doesn't like to rock the boat. Well, he's been with a mother who's been like panicking about everything for years on end. So maybe she's made him feel insecure. You know what I mean?
Oh, I bet he is a little bit. I guarantee you, the only place he feels truly comfortable and safe with is me, and it's just sad.
your parents need to be, your parents need to care. They need to be concerned. That's true. But if you take it too far, you can make them think like they're in danger when they're not, and you don't want that to happen. So,
Right. That's right.
Chicken Little syndrome, as they call it.
Definitely. I want your kid to fall down a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as it's not like your neck or your back, it's okay to break a bone.
Oh yeah.
It'll heal. It'll hurt. It'll suck, but it'll heal. You know.
I'm sure I must have come close to breaking my neck at least a few times when I was a kid. We all did shit like that, dangerous shit. Though I don't think kids these days do that as much. Just going out and crazy stuff.
No, most of them don't go out really that much as it is. But, I mean, we were jumping off fucking rocks and bridges and rivers and fucking BB gun wars and rock throwing wars and, oh, dude. Bare knuckle kumite boxing with hands dipped in glass.
Holy shit! Wow, I never heard of that one. And that was like, was that just done with friends, or did you like?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Holy God! Damn. Punched with glass. So the glass is like impaled in the skin. It's like embedded.
Well, yeah. You know, you dip your hands in like resin, like glue, like tree sap.
Yes.
Shards of glass.
Fuck. Well, actually, and the pain would make you even crazier.
That's from Kickboxer with Van Damme.
Oh, is that right? Yeah, I don't remember that movie that well, but I know I saw it.
The big Thai guy with the long hair, one who like raped the girl or whatever.
Yeah, they're not the most realistic movies ever made.
Well, they wrapped their hands in. That was a real thing. They used to do that. Those TIE fighters back in the day.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
They wrapped rope. They wrapped rope around the hand, so the glass actually isn't in your hands. So the wrap goes all the way down, like partially down the knuckles and stuff, right? And then they dip the back of the hands into the like tree sap or the resin of some type, and then they dip it into shards of glass and stuff, and then and yeah. No, we didn't actually do that shit.
But his movie just did shit like he jumps up in the air to kick a guy in the head, and the guy's not getting out of the way. He's just like, oh no! Like, are you gonna stand around and wait to be kicked in the head? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's happening so fast. He doesn't really have reaction time. That's the thing, bro.
Well, I mean, but in martial arts, you learn, how to deal with like rapid fire punches and kicks and shit.
But if you're getting dazed and shell shocked from being punched and kicked, you might be out of it, not be able to react. Look at me rationalizing Jean-Claude Van Damme's kick, right? Justifying him. You know what I used to love about him, dude, is when the camera he would jump up and do like the spin kick, and he'd be like, ah! And then they would show it like 2 or 3 more times, like, ah, ah, from like different angles. Ah, ah.
Or the time when somebody was shooting him, he jumped up on the counter with his legs spread and landed on the ground that way. It's like that, you can't go faster than the bullet, dude. You just can't. And the guy will just raise his gun up. So
Was that Hard Target?
I don't know which one that was, but
Yeah, you're right. That was so funny. He jumps up and just does the splits across the countertop to countertop, from like the countertop to the island.
There's no way he could have gotten my balls.
Now, was it a bullet or was it an arrow?
I think it was a bullet. I don't know if they ever did arrows in those movies of his, but
Sometimes they do. Sometimes I'm picturing Hard Target, and I'm picturing he had the trench coat, and well, no, Hard Target he had the long curly hair, and I think that wasn't the one that he did the splits of the countertop. I don't remember. He sure liked doing them, showing off them splits back then. Remember he did it in Bloodsport too, from chair to chair.
Yeah.
And he was just like, he was like.
total show off. Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of which, you know what? One topic I came up with was that, you know, I think everybody has movies they love, but that were mostly hated by everyone else. And one movie that I feel that way about is Coneheads. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a funny movie. I was even moved by it, but I remember just most people just shat on it. They were just like, it's just an SNL sketch being stretched out over 90 minutes. Well, I think they did a good job.
Isn't that every SNL character turned movie? Just
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Stretched over 90 minutes.
Well,
They're still good.
Wayne's World actually expanded, so I think maybe that's why they got away with it. Whereas a lot of the sketches, you know, they pretty much just do the same thing throughout the whole movie.
You know, I'll keep it right there with the SNL casts. Because I've been sitting there trying to think of. I actually looked up a list of shitty movies people hated, and there were a few on there that I was like, wait, I actually like that movie. I can't remember what they were right now though, because I'm super stoned.
Marijuana affects the memory.
But one totally just popped into my head, and when you mentioned that, and it was Night at the Roxbury.
Oh, that you liked?
I always liked Night at the Roxbury. I liked Chris Kattan and Will Ferrell and that Doug and Steve Wasabi. Fucking breaks the window. Hey, hot lady. You know, fucking gets pulled over by the cop. He's like, hey, TJ Hooker, thank you for serving and protecting. You know? And then he goes, dude, she left me your number. And then the fucking Chris Kattan character's like, and you got a date to meet her at the municipal state court. Fucking, how about at the end, like when Will Ferrell's getting married, and like, right, and it shows up with the boombox. Boy, and everyone's freaking out. Dude, I saw this one video meme, this person, I don't know whoever made it, but it was so funny. And it was that scene, and Will Ferrell was getting married, right? And wasn't it Will Ferrell's character that was getting married? Or was it the other way around? In the end. No, I think it was Will Ferrell. But anyway, above his forehead it said America, and then like to the right of him it was who was it? Was it like Biden? I don't remember. But like all the characters were somebody, and then like it was all like it was then all the people in the audience getting all mad, or in the family in the audience was CNN, MSNBC, CBS. It was all the news media out there, and they're all yelling at Chris Kattan's character, who was Donald Trump, and he's like standing there like, and America's like, yeah, I mean, like because you know. Biden is horrible, and anyone who can't tell you, my brother is not a Republican, Jacob, and he honestly doesn't, he don't really like politics too much, but he would say he's more, even though he's not, he would say he's Democratic, but he's totally not. He doesn't think or believe Democratic policies. When you sit down and talk to him, trust me, he's not. He's conservative. But he'll tell you right now, like he used to say it all the time. He goes, hey, all I know is I was paying like almost $3 less per gallon for gas when Trump was in office. Hey, all I know is this was cheaper when Trump was in office. Hey, all I know, And then he said so, and so I go. Even people who don't like him and weren't voting for him secretly right now are wishing for him to come back. And I thought that was funny. But anyway, that was besides the point. Got a little political there for a second. Which I know you don't care about. You're a total centrist, but I think you are. You're a centrist, which is okay.
Thank you.
I mean, if you want to sit up there, that's fine. I'm not worried.
Another one of those movies I probably talked about it before, but Conan the Destroyer. It's actually one of my favorites of all time. And they shit on that one like crazy. In fact, it was such a negative reception that Arnold Schwarzenegger said, from that day on, he was never going to do a fantasy movie again. But I just think it's a very tight movie. So.
Well, which one came out first, Conan or Red Sonja?
Well, there was Conan the Barbarian, and then Conan the Destroyer, and the third one. It wasn't necessarily a Conan movie, but it was a Red Sonja movie. But
Red Sonja.
Yeah,
so that came out afterwards.
It came out after Conan the Destroyer. He wasn't in it because he didn't want to do fantasy. So I never saw the movie. I don't know.
He was in Red Sonja.
He was?
Yeah.
Oh.
The talisman has become too powerful. We must destroy it before it destroys the world.
The talisman. We must find my sister. I must destroy the talisman, Sonia.
I'll come with you.
I don't need any man's help.
Helen.
Suppose I don't.
Hold down, Sonia. I can hold them.
Go. We need a storm, a little one.
Where is she?
Prepare to be conquered.
I don't want to kill you.
Try it.
That girl. We could have ruled the world together.
You're mad!
Yeah.
It wasn't just archival footage either. It was
No. It was him in Red Sonja. Bridget Nielsen plays Red Sonja. Dude, it's one of my favorites, and a lot of people. I think that might be another one of those movies that people probably shat on a little bit because it's not super, But it was Schwarzenegger, and then some little Asian kid and some big fat guy, and they went on a quest, And he basically played Conan, but not really. It was different, And he wasn't Conan though. It wasn't even the guy's name. It was like Arte. No, that's not it. Something, dude. I don't remember, bro. But yeah, Red Sonja. That's another one. That was another good one. I liked a lot of sci-fis. I don't know, I don't know. Let me look up.
Fantasy in general doesn't seem to get a lot of respect from critics. Fantasy,
no, it doesn't.
Sci-fi, horror also, the critics mostly don't like. It's rare when a horror movie comes out that gets a really good review, in the 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's very rare. Most of them just get shit on.
The thing is it's hard for me to judge this or gauge this because I don't read reviews. I don't listen to critics. I don't ask people's opinions. Because I don't care about any of it because none of it's relevant. You know how many times I've heard that's a shitty movie and I go watch it and I go, no, that was actually a really good, very intelligent, well-made movie. You're just too dumb to get it. Or I go, that's the best movie ever, and you go watch it. I'm like, that is a load of crap. That was the worst movie ever. So I don't really know what things are.
Well, I mean, it's weird how most of the time the Best Picture Oscar is not a movie that is hugely popular commercially. Most people are not interested in seeing it. It's rare when it's a commercial movie. I think the last time a movie came out like that was Titanic. That was a commercial Best Oscar winner,
That's because those awards are pushed by the bureaucrats running behind it. You know, it's not actually about what's popular. It's about what agenda they're trying to push at that time. You know,
Yeah,
Hollywood's a very political industry.
Yeah, people have acknowledged it.
Yeah.
Well, first one thing is that if you want your movie's nominated for Best Picture, you actually have to put in ads up around Los Angeles. You have to advertise why it should get the Oscar. And it's like, well, if you have to advertise, do you even deserve it at all? You know what I mean? Shouldn't people just choose it based on whether they like it? So yeah.
All right, here, let's see what Wikipedia has to say are the worst movies of all time. What deck? Oh wow, they got from the 30s all the way on up to now. What should we look at? Here, let's fucking. Man, I don't know, dude. I want to look at all that. I was just hoping there'd be a damn list, you know?
Yeah.
Come on, phone. Jesus, it's all frozen and shit. 30s. I guess we don't have to look as far back as the 30s. Let's hit the 60s. Let's start at the 60s. All right, I'm apparently about to say screw it. Yeah, screw it. I'm done fucking with that piece of shit. Here, let me look it up. Let's see what I can find on the worldy pipe. Worst movies of all time. Go ahead. If you got more or another one, spit it out, dude. Since you were 10,
well, there's The Room. There's Troll 2. Those are two of the worst. Battlefield Earth.
Yeah, but
I've seen a few of those.
Ones that you like, though, right?
Oh, that I enjoy.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, because there's a lot of movies.
Yeah, here's Troll 2, number 5 on this.
Yeah, there are a lot of movies where like kids liked them, but critics hated them. Like you know what?
Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf was a hated movie.
I don't know if it was. Maybe
it's right here on this list by IMDb.
Well, you know what?
Worst movies of all time, number 13.
They really dumped on Howard the Duck, but every fucking kid when I was growing up had seen Howard the Duck.
I loved Howard the Duck, bro. There we go. That's one for sure. I absolutely loved Howard the Duck. I would watch that movie again right now. I don't care what anyone says. I will sing all the songs, and I will dance around my room in my underwear, singing along with Howard the Duck. You know, dun 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 dun. Right, dude? Fucking. And then, hey, does anyone want to talk about how she totally got all bestiality and was gonna bang a duck right there in her bed?
Yeah, well, I'm glad somebody's happy.
If I could just get my career back on course, I'd only have the old standard worry left.
What's that?
Just can't seem to find the right man.
Maybe it's not a man you should be looking for.
Ah. You think I might find happiness in the animal kingdom, Ducky?
Like they say, Dal. Love's strange. We could always give it a try.
Okay. Let's go for it, Mr. Macho.
What do you mean? Okay, it was a joke. Listen, I'm pretty tired.
It's just that you're so incredibly soft and cuddly.
Bev, let's be realistic. I mean, my apartment's zillions of miles from here. You're 3 feet taller than I am.
I just can't resist your intense animal magnetism.
Whoops. Anyway, where will it all lead? Marriage, kids, a house in the suburbs?
Let's just face it. It's fate.
No, it's not. I've got a headache.
And I got the aspirin.
Be gentle.
Night.
And that happens.
All about it.
That almost happens in Family Guy a few times.
But then again, ask yourself this, Morg. If you were there living, you know, even if you were a hot dude or chick or whatever, and some cool little hot like space duck came down with like boobs and everything, bro, and she had a little, you wouldn't hit? I might.
Well,
I mean, how drunk I was, right?
Like most guys, I was attracted to Jessica Rabbit, so I guess anything's possible.
Yeah, but she was hot, and she was only rabbit because of marriage.
Yeah, well, didn't she have little ears? Didn't she have attributes of a rabbit, or did she not?
No, she was total humanoid chick. She was a singer. She was modeled after like Marilyn Monroe type lounge singer and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Here's one that I used to always like that I mean, my friends always liked it too, but I imagine people didn't. But was Maximum Overdrive? Remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, where the meteorite freaking made all the like electronics and trucks and shit come to life. Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. That's it right there for all those. Fuck.
Oh, I think Weird Science got mostly negative reviews, but that's everyone seemed to see it. So.
How about Freddy Got Fingered?
Did you see it?
Oh yeah, dude.
Was it good? Yeah.
Oh, many times. I saw that movie many times. Tom Green's a fucking fool. It was basically just a 90-minute Tom Green episode.
Yeah.
He's just running around being a fool, making an idiot of himself and everyone around him, humping dead mooses and shit. You know.
Yeah, my Tom Green fandom goes way, way back to about 1991. Because the way I knew him was he was part of a rap group. It started out as a joke, but then they actually got a recording contract. They were called Organized Rhyme, and so I was a fan of that. And then a few years later, he had his first show on public access television, Rogers. And I watched it. It was really funny. It was really good. And then, from there, he had the MTV show. But yeah,
this is the Tom Green show. It's not the Green Tom show.
One moment I don't know if you're aware of, because it happened on Canadian television, but there was once a talk show called Open Mic with Mike Bullard, and Tom Green was on. He brings in this garbage bag with him, and in the middle of the interview, he pulls a dead raccoon out of it, and it was a real dead raccoon.
Please welcome Tom Green. Tom Green, folks. Shall I ask you some questions, or shall we get right to what's in those suitcases and start breaking equipment?
No, it's upsetting to me what's in the suitcase here, Mike, because I got a new shirt to come on the show, and I got a new haircut to come on the show, because I want to look good on the show, right?
Right.
You want to look good when you come on the show, right?
Right.
You don't want to look like a stupid idiot when you're on television, right? You want to look really good, right?
That's right.
And then Derek Harvey, who writes for our show, he brings out the show's mascot, right?
Right.
And I'm all done up to the nines here in my new shirt.
Right.
He brings in our show's mascot, and it's all scruffy, okay?
Yeah.
That's the thing. And I'm looking at him kind of pissed off.
Tom, is there a dead thing in that bag?
It's not... See, we went on a road trip this summer.
Yeah. Oh, Tom, don't. Oh, Tom.
Shirt.
Don't come over here.
Okay?
Tom.
And it's all scruffy. And I say to him, you know...
Tom!
See, I put effort into it, right? I want to look good, okay? I want to look good in the show, all right?
Hang on. Stay tuned, number one, for the real statics. Hang on, Tom. And number two, a surprise visit from the Humane Society.
The host fucking puked. It was real. Everyone was freaked out, dude. It really bummed people out. People were totally disturbed. So maybe he went a little too far on that one. But
yeah, you can't be bringing real dead animals to life or to life.
It was a dark moment, man. God, fuck. He's got balls though. You got to give him that. Did you see the one where I think the guy who was his co-host, he had to piss and he couldn't find a private place to do it, and Tom kept following him with the camera. It was pretty good.
I don't know. I don't remember. Like, I don't really remember because I mean, shit. It's been since the '90s that I've really. That outside of when he's been in like the SwearNet movie, I haven't seen much of Tom Green since the '90s.
Yeah, it's true.
A few. Freddy Got Fingered, and a few other appearances, and that's it, dude. You know.
He has. I think he has a podcast. It was like a video podcast in his living room. He had Dice on. Andrew Dice Clay was on there once.
Yeah, dude, I love.
Because there was some kind of they put it together a stunt where like he gets angry at him and starts threatening to beat him up, but it turned out to be a hoax. They were both in on it. Yeah, but you know, Dice can act, right? So he pulled it off really well. So.
Yeah, no, Dice is cool, bro. What was that? Hudson Hawk.
He was in Hudson Hawk. Yeah.
Was that it? No, who was in Hudson Hawk?
Were you thinking of Bruce Willis, maybe?
Yeah, Bruce Willis was.
He was the star of that movie. I don't know.
Yeah, Bruce Willis was Hudson Hawk. You're right. Well, Dice did something. What was it?
Ford Fairlane.
Ford Fairlane.
That was the movie starred in. Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah,
but he's done some roles in some movies since then. Well, actually, there was a TV show, and I watched it, and I can't remember what it was called now. But he played like a musician or a recording executive or something. The whole show was about a record label that this guy had going in the 70s. It was really good, but it was like canceled after its initial run. It didn't get enough interest.
Yeah, you want to know a low-budget movie that I used to like back in the day that I imagine most people probably wouldn't even know, except for like older people. So I mean, it maybe didn't have a lot of, but the people who I know who've ever seen it, like, it was Quigley Down Under. Did you ever see that one?
No, I never did.
Yeah, Quigley was kind of like, well, I mean, it was kind of like Indiana Jones, just without all the flash. You know,
yeah.
He was just like a normal guy, but he ended up going down to Australia and got into a whole mess of shenanigans over like some sort of treasure, you know, and yeah, dude, Quigley Down Under was cool.
Marijuana affects the memory.
So
how about
oh yeah, sir.
There was a cartoon. No, we can cut it off. There was a cartoon that my brothers and I used to watch. Little Nemo: Adventures in Slumberland. That was very not known, and few people that I've talked to, some like it, some don't. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. There's probably a lot more to this list. You know, you gotta remember, people are idiots, dude. So they like shit that's dumb, and they hate shit that's actually good. It's like Grand Budapest Hotel. Everyone I know hated that movie. I absolutely loved it, and the thing won Best Picture. You know, I was like, dude. I mean, it was Wes Anderson's brilliant, dude. It was a brilliant film. His cinematography was just insane in that. You know.
I liked his second movie, Rushmore. That was a good one.
Oh, Rushmore was great, dude. And the Life Aquatic, Steve Zassa. Oh, that was great, dude. And what's that other one that he did?
The Royal Tenenbaums.
Royal Tenenbaums. Yep. And then he did those couple. I haven't seen Isle of Dogs yet. I've been wanting to. I've been holding off on it because it came out just before I had to put my dog Broly down, and I didn't watch it. I don't know why, but then after he got put down, I haven't been able to bring myself to really watch things that consist of too many dogs. Even though I'm more geared towards cats now. I've had Vince for 3 years. It's just, it still hurts, you know, because it was very premature. It was very premature. Broly only lived to be just like 2 years, 3 months before we had to put him down for, you know, what happened. And so it sucks because it wasn't his time, and I feel like I failed, you know, and it just sucks, dude, because I really like that dog. I really love that dog. And, anyway.
I had a cat that died 6 years ago, and I think about him every day. Miss him.
Yeah.
They get attached. Yeah.
Yeah. I got his ashes here in the room. Flew with me and Vince over here and everything.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway.
We do the episode, Never Trust a Man with No Shirt On.
Never trust a man with no shirt on. It's not a bad, you know.
The first
wisdom there.
So isn't the first scene, they're in the trailer where they're growing the weed, the camper, I should say, and Ricky's feeling down because he's walking around wearing a shirt with holes in it.
No, the first scene is him stealing the power.
Oh yeah,
he's
the
up there,
power. Yeah.
He's stealing the power. He's and then it cuts to Leahy and Randy in the trailer, and Leahy's holding the watch, and he goes 3, 2, 1, and the lights shut out, and they start talking about, all right, that's it. I don't know what those idiots are doing. This is the last night that we have to reset our clocks and all that. We're gonna figure it out. And then it goes back out to them, and Ricky's just like banging on the transformer on the telephone pole, on the power pole with a hammer, and like sparks are flying. And he comes down, and it's so funny. Like they're like, Ricky, you know what you're doing? And Bubbles like, you know what you're doing? You know all that. Fucking Ricky starts talking shit like, man, I've been stealing power since grade 7, and I don't know. And then at one point he says something about fuck you or fuck off, Bubbles, or something like that. Mm-hmm. And Bubbles goes, fucking tell me to fuck off. It's hella funny. I was like, that's right, Bubs. But then he comes down, remember, and his whole sleeve's on fire. He's like, fuck, I'm on fire. They put it out. And Bubbles is like, Transformer 0, Ricky 1. And then it cuts to the credits, and, we go to the next scene. That's when they're sitting in the thing talking about it, and Ricky's pissed off because he's wearing the same, it's got rips all over it. The whole shoulder's like burnt off now. Fucking it's fucked up, and he's pissed because he's got nothing. He's got no money, no clothes. He's wearing the same. He's got to go to school wearing that shirt and everything.
All because of the one-shot deal plan.
Yep. And Trina, Leahy's daughter, happens to come up because she likes Ricky. They're hanging out and stuff, and she overhears because the window's open him talking about that. So she gets an idea in her mind, which leads to the next scene. Hold on, I need to hit this.
Funny, yeah, Ricky's selfish, and yet he keeps attracting, these alms from people who are not aware they're being taken advantage of. Or if they know it's because they just feel sorry for him, They know he can't help being the way he is. And
yeah, that's what it is, I think. Because, okay, yes. When he set her back down in the previous episode to get more pepperoni with her own money, okay, that was him kind of taking advantage of her. But in this instance, he didn't really take advantage of her because he didn't ask. So what happens, she goes to the convenience store. She's going to go get, I'm assuming, surprise him with pepperoni. She went down there to get $1.60 worth of mild pepperoni. Well, Corey and Trevor are outside the store. And she comes out and asks him to borrow $25 because she sees a shirt inside there. So she's obviously going to buy Ricky a shirt. And then they agree, after a little talking back and forth, to give her $30 now. They get the bike that she's riding. And then when she comes back later to get the bike, she gives him $35. And it's so funny. So Trini goes, oh, so like a pawn? And Corey's like, yeah, like a pawn. Yeah, it's like a pawn. So she pawns her bike to Corey and Trevor for $30 to be $35 paid back. And she goes in and buys Ricky a shirt. Well, Leahy and Randy are watching, and they totally think that they just stole the bike from her. And so they come and trying to bust them. She takes off running. She tells them that, or they tell them that, no, they bought it. Get the fuck out of here. They go back to catch her as she's going back. Well, they take the bag from her. It's got the shirt and the pepperoni in it. So Leahy's now pissed off because she's spending her money selling her bike to buy Ricky a shirt and pepperoni. Which, realistically, if I was a dad, that would probably upset me too. If my kid was selling their stuff to buy someone else stuff like that.
We probably also wonder if it's going to lead to, child molestation or something.
Well, especially if it's a girl for sure, and it's a guy, like that dynamic. Or, I guess it could be either way. If the kid was a boy and it was a grown woman, I would still, yeah, you're right. You still wanted the same thing. But especially if it's somebody you don't like, But even if it's somebody that you do like, I would be more upset. I'd be like, why didn't you come to me, kid? Like, if a buddy, like, if Morgan, if you only had one shirt and the shirt was missing a whole burnt sleeve, like shoulder, I would, even if I didn't have the money, trust me, I would borrow the money from someone would get you a shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean. You're the same way, and it's just like so. But anyway,
you know what's my favorite of Ricky's shirts is the Bruce Lee one. That one's pretty cool. He didn't wear it for long though, but.
You have one with the dragon on it too, didn't you? I like that one.
There was one in flames.
Yeah, the flames one was cool. I'm gonna start buying me some shirts like that, and then I'm gonna wear them when I go bowling every Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have my own bowling shirt made, I think.
Well, yeah. So yeah, because you're on the team now, right?
Well, I mean, okay, the league that we're in right now is it's the football league. So you pick names of football teams, and we play each Sunday like the football games, and we play the whole season. So that's why it goes on for 20 weeks for the whole season. But there are other leagues where you pick names and stuff. Yes, for sure. And I definitely want to play in some of them eventually. But the point I'm getting is just like, I just think it would be cool to have my own bowling shirt, Scoob Dad on the name, and then it says and I've got the name. I just got to convince everyone that I ever play with on a team that we get to pick names to go with my name, because I have the best bowling name ever. I came up with it. It's fucking brilliant. It's brilliant on multiple levels, bro. It's the pinpricks.
Pinpricks, yeah. I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, right. Just think about bowling pins, right? You can get a pinprick, and we're a bunch of pricks.
How about balls to the wall?
Balls to the wall.
We got a lot of balls.
Yeah.
It's technically true. You can't deny it. Balls deep. No, I guess.
Or just we've got balls.
Yeah, that'll do. Let's see. All right, so where are we in the story now?
All right, yeah. I just
store.
totally brain farted, bro, for a second there. I'm fucking lit.
Late, you're getting really serious about busting Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles for the weed.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
Did we get to the part where they took it to Ray's place?
No, not yet. Remember, he goes, all right, so what we're gonna do is we gotta bust them. They want to bust it now because Trina's spending her money on Ricky. He doesn't like that, so he goes, we're gonna call the cops. I'm gonna tell Julian I called the cops, but I'm not actually gonna call him. And Randy's like, well, I don't understand what you mean. He goes, well, I'm gonna tell them that. That way they freak out and move the dope, and then when they do, then we'll call the cops and tell them where they moved it to, and which is actually a relatively brilliant plan. Like, you gotta be a little impressed of Leahy on that one.
Yeah.
So that's what he does. He tells them that they pull up, tells them there's a big fucking showdown. Oh, you know what? Hold on, I missed a line in the beginning. It's so funny. I got to say it real quick. So the next scene before they're sitting in the trailer, talking about Ricky with the hole in the shirt and Trina going to buy the thing, Leahy and Randy are talking to a power company guy who came out. And he goes, is this the type of thing that you expect to happen with people who are stealing power and growing dope? And then the guy's like, oh, yeah, I see it all the time. It's just like this, it's happening. And then he says something about, we're going to have to call the cops. And Randy goes, yeah, cops and dope don't mix, do they, Mr. Leahy? And he goes, like shit and strawberry shortcake, Randy.
What a shit analogy.
Oh my God, I'm going to start using that from now on. When anyone wants to talk about how things don't mix, I'm going to be like, yep, like shit, strawberry shortcake.
So was the next scene with the boys where...
Okay, yeah, so back to where we were.
At some point, Ricky pronounces jalapeno jalapeno. Was that the scene?
So that's right afterwards. Remember, Leahy pulls up and freaking tells him that he's calling the cops. Him and Randy get in that fight. So they slaps Randy. Randy quits. Randy throws the keys down. Randy comes back. The next scene after Leahy drives away to go, supposedly because he called the cops and him and Randy broke up, right? Or Randy quit. They're sitting out in front of it. They moved the dope to Ray's house. Now they're sitting there. Then Randy comes walking up wearing the shirt that Trina bought for Ricky, with a bottle of rum and a pack of smokes, saying he wants to bury the hatchet and be cool and hang out with them. And they decide, well, we can probably get him to do some fucked up shit, and it'd be funny. And Ricky doesn't mind drinking his rum and smoking a cigarette, so they get him to hang out. So they have him end up going and getting some more stuff at the store, and then they have him go break into Sam's camper and steal it and pull his TV out and break it on the ground and flip it on the table. And then, but this whole time, Julian's still not buying it. He's still not buying it. So you can see it in his face because he's just like, and like Ricky and Bo was like, ooh, Randy's cool again. Yeah, this is great. And he goes, you know what? You want to prove yourself? You need to go pee in Leahy's car. Well, that's when Randy's like, oh, dude, I can't do that. Well, why not? Well, because I don't have to pee. Well, I'll go to the store and I'll get something to drink and we'll meet up in a little bit. So the next scene, it kicks to them later on, and here they are walking around this, from behind these bushes, and there's what appears to be Randy peeing in the car. So now they're all kind of excited. I still feel like Julian wasn't buying it totally. But that's it. So then they go back, and pretty soon Trina shows up. Do they hear about it first, or is Trina how they hear about it that they're coming to One Bonneview?
I think it's...
No, doesn't Leahy... Leahy pulls up or something, doesn't he? Hold on. This is why I do this and I leave it on.
I think didn't Trina overhear...
Well, she did, and she comes over, but they were inside arguing about it by that point. Oh, yeah. Because right after... Oh, no, here it is. Okay. Yeah, so he pees in the Leahy's car, and then it goes right to them catching Randy. He's standing there in front of Ray's trailer with them, and the walkie starts crackling in his pocket. So Julian has him stripped, and he's got a fake pee apparatus and the walkie on. And that's when Julian goes, see, you can't trust a man with no shirt on. Never trust a man with no shirt on. And he points the gun at him, got the gun pointed at him. And that's when Leahy comes running up and tells him that the cops are on their way to One Bonneview right now because they already told him. So then they're inside freaking out. And that's when Trina shows up and comes inside. And she confirms that. So they never show you who comes up with the idea. I want to feel like this was a Ricky idea. I really do. But they get the idea to switch the street signs, the names of the roads, and like all the house numbers around. I think
Julian might have come up with that.
I mean, maybe, but I don't know. That just seems like a Ricky thing to me. I don't know, because they don't show you who does it, but it's just, I don't know. It's just it's the Ricky kind of slick, shaky. To change like the whole neighborhood's fucking numbers around real fast. That's a whole level of malevolence. You know what I'm saying? That I just don't know if Julian has.
Maybe.
But that's what they do. They switch all the street signs and everything around. So when the cops show up, they're like, "Hey, this ain't One Bonneview. This is 3 Maple Lake, man."
Come on, Julian, we gotta burn that fucking dope, man. I can't go to jail. My kiddies, who will look after them? I'm burning that fucking dope. Let's burn it.
You're not burning the dope, Bubbles. Don't even joke about shit like that. It's my dope.
Listen. Would you guys calm down? Nobody's burning any dope here, and we're not going back to jail. Just let me think.
Julian.
Not right now, Trina, okay?
No, I know what's going on. Dad was on the phone all day with the cops.
Well, what's up? Did you hear anything?
He kept saying the address. One Bonneview.
Holy shit, that's here. This is important. Did he say anything else?
He talked about you guys moving the dope from the Airstream, and then he just...
Oh, my God.
Kept repeating the address for the search warrant.
Son of a bitch, you spying on us. Now what the fuck are we gonna do?
We're gonna burn the dope!
We're not burning the fucking
Bubbles,
dope!
Calm down!
Good job. Come on, Rick. Pass me the hammer. It's right there. Fuck. Come on. Let's go. Hurry up, Rick.
Do you really think the cops are stupid enough to fall for this, Ricky?
Yes.
Hear that sweet sound, Randy? That's the sign of a couple of recidivist assholes packing their bags, heading back to Corn College. You drive, buddy.
Come on, Ricky, hurry. We gotta climb the shit road.
It's on them. Hey guys, is there a problem here?
I think so.
What's going on here?
Get the drink down there. Come on. Get your hands up here on the railing where I can see them.
What the fuck's going on?
We got a search warrant here for 1 Bonneview. Brian, get up there, get that door open.
3 Maple
Get
Lake
your
Drive.
hands on there.
3 Maple Lake Drive. Guys,
Brian,
wrong address.
Brian, wait. You guys just stay quiet there for a minute.
Sorry with the misunderstanding, guys.
Just stay quiet.
What's going on, officer?
Oh, maybe you can tell me, Jim. Where's 1 Bonneview?
This is 1 Bonneview.
No, it's not. This is 3 Maple Lake.
It's a big 3 up there.
This is 1 Bonneview, George.
Check the street sign. It says Maple Lake, and
You
that's
be
the number
quiet.
3.
George,
You be quiet.
they changed the sign. They changed the number, George.
That's not true.
I can't believe you're falling for this
They
shit.
changed it, guys.
This is
Oh, we're falling for it.
Those
This is
guys are
number
both
one.
I'm
drunk as
supposed to go
fuck,
back to
okay?
the judge,
This
get
is
in your
bullshit.
warrant, come back, say,
This
oh,
has
we
been-
got
Look,
tricked.
this has been 1 Bonneview for 25, 30 years, George.
What are you talking about, you
You
alcoholic?
be quiet.
George, look at them. They're losers. Go inside. The place is full of dope. You got probable cause, George.
Calm down.
George, you got
Oh, Jesus,
George, you got
no.
probable
They're
cause
lying,
here,
George.
George.
The fucking
Get over there.
that shirtless dick right
Get
there's
over
drinking and
there.
driving.
Get your hands up there.
Jeez, you're a liar, Rick.
Be quiet.
Jeez,
You're in
Ricky.
enough already.
You are in big trouble.
For what?
This is fraud.
Bullshit.
This is fraud.
Yeah, you're drunk and he's drinking and driving. I want him
You are
arrested. I'm
drunk.
complaining to the fucking department.
2 drinks is not drinking.
Oh, yeah, do the breathalyzer, dickhead.
Now.
See you later, Leahy and Randy. Sorry about the drinking and driving shit.
Ricky,
that's enough.
And there's George Green again with not Ted or anybody. It's a completely different officer. We still haven't seen Ted yet since he was Detective Ted in that one episode. Remember?
Yeah.
Talk to
Wow,
Ricky.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because the first time we saw him, he wasn't wearing a cop uniform.
Yeah, he was a plainclothes detective.
Yeah, yeah.
Which means he got, like I still wish I knew. He got busted down to regular cop again.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And we never know what happened. Something happened.
Yeah, I don't know if we find out or not.
He was probably caught jerking somebody or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, anyway, they tricked the cops. And, Leahy's like, I can't believe you're dumb enough to fall for this, George. Which, of course, George is.
He was the dumbest cop in the force. Not only that, he's dirty.
And so they leave. And Leahy leaves. He's pissed off. Then Julian tells Ricky, you got to get rid of Trina. Can't hang out. She can't hang around no more. Because Leahy's just going to be up their ass. So they agree to it. She gives him the shirt, apologizes for the fucking sweat stains that are in it. Because of damn Randy.
One thing funny Bubbles does, and he does it in this episode, is that when Leahy goes out to him and uses one of those shit analogies, Bubbles always takes it literally and thinks it's happening exactly as he's describing it.
Oh,
shit rope.
yeah. Yeah, he goes, something about the shit rope. The shit acts like grease. The higher you try to climb, the tighter you hold on, the faster you slide down. And that's right, that's when he takes off. And then as they're walking away, Bubbles, Julian, are we clinging onto some kind of shitty rope? That's so funny. I love you, but I don't mean this in any weird way, but you kind of remind me of Bubs in that fashion, too. Because a lot of times I'll say stupid shit that it's totally just a joke, and you take it, you'll be like, really, Scoop? You really did that? And I was like, no, I didn't really fucking Fight a gorilla.
But you see, with you, anything's possible. That's
That
why
is true.
that's why I react that way. You've done some crazy shit, no?
That is true. That is true. You really, there is a possibility that drunk me could have fought a gorilla.
For instance, you've been arrested a lot. Have you ever gotten into a fight with a cop?
Yeah, not so much like a fist fight. More like resisting, struggling, running away. You know. I've definitely been beat the shit up by him, though. You know, I've gotten in a few altercations while incarcerated too, and then they come in with a whole group of them. They like to fucking beat you up and slam you down and hog tie you up and fucking sit on you and all that.
And nothing will happen if you report it, right?
Not really.
Might even get worse, right?
Right? Yeah. I mean, for the most part, the same thing's always, just do what you're told, quit being a dickhead. And that's what I learned. It took me a while, but eventually I realized that. I was like, if I just stop I just start complying, I get less beat up.
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
And that's the thing, and if you look at all these cases of things that happen to people, it doesn't matter what color they are, when you see that happens to them, they're not complying. That's all it is. And if they simply complied, I mean, yes, it might be inconvenient. Yes, you might get arrested. Yes, you might have to go to jail. But if you're innocent, and trust me, I was rarely ever innocent, so that's why I never got away with it. But if you are actually innocent, after the little while of inconvenience, the truth will set you free and it'll go away, you know what I'm saying? But you'll be alive, you won't be beat up, you know what I'm saying? Your resisting can be a charge. So you get found innocent of what it was, but now you're guilty of resisting arrest. Things like that. Or you get shot because you pull a knife while you're resisting or something. Or get in a high-speed chase because you're trying to get away. Like Jim Carrey said. Stop breaking the law, asshole. Oh, that was horrible. That was total fucking ass butthole.
Well, I'm on Pink Kush right now, and it's pretty heavy. It's pretty intense.
God damn, I was in that shit, man. I never had no dope like that before in my life, man. That's the heaviest shit I ever smoked, man. I mean, I smoked a lot of shit before, man. But goddamn, man, that's heavy shit.
You okay?
I mean, it has a peak, but yeah.
What is it? Pink Kush?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Pink Kush? Pink Kush?
But it's still 100% illegal in Missouri, right?
What?
Weed?
Medicinal. But it's supposed to be going up on the ballot this year to get passed, and it most likely will.
Do you think you could bowl while high?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. Morgan, I don't do anything not high. I wake, if I go to bed, I wake up in the middle of the night to go take a piss. I take a dab in the middle of the night before I go back to bed.
Wow.
It's the first thing I do. I wake up, I take a dab before I go have my morning piss and get in the shower.
Damn.
From the minute I wake up to the minute I go to bed, I'm smoking. Dabs, pens, weed. What?
Do you do your classes while high?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, that would be a disaster for me. I wouldn't be able to remember anything.
No, not me. Well, see, it actually helps me stay focused on the task. It helps me, because the thing is with weed is you can't really focus on more than one task at a time. You get what I'm saying? Weed kind of makes you, and see, I got ADD a bit, so all kinds of things will grab my attention. If I'm sitting here and something moves over here, I'm like this. And I was like that all the time in school as a kid, and I had trouble with it. And I actually had one of the guidance counselors. This was in college, when I was junior college. Was it still actually? I think it was turned into actual college by then. I was a junior college when I got my GED. But anyway, they gave me this, which I had already been doing for a long time. Anyway, they were like, "You should smoke weed. It'll help you, hone in, and you can only focus. You won't be bouncing around with your attention." And it's true. It really is. But yeah, no, I literally do everything stoned, Morgan. From the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed, and even when I wake up in the middle of the night to go take a piss or have a late night snack or something, I'll take a dab or hit the pen, nonstop. Matter of fact, where's my pen? Here is the pen. See, nonstop, bro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So you probably have to do more shit these days in order to get high. Was that the way it is? Or?
I mean, yeah, I guess. You know what it is actually what I think it is? Because I still totally get stoned. Like, I get ripped. I mean, look at me. I get ripped. But you know what it is just I can keep going forever.
Yeah,
Kind of like liquor. I still get drunk, but I can just keep drinking still, though, and keep going. Weed's the same thing. I get stoned, but then I never get to that I'm too stoned point. That's the thing. I don't, no matter how stoned I get, I can just keep going because the tolerance is there because I'm used to doing it like that.
Well, it seems like you get drunk too fast because you'll chug from like a bottle of whiskey or something.
Yeah. But I keep going. That's the thing. Like, I can go into a full-on blackout and then still go to like 3 more clubs, go drink 2 more bottles. There's been times where for like 3 days, I only remember chunks of each day, but I'm doing shit. But I'm drinking the whole time, and that's why. And like all of a sudden, I'll just be like, "Well, wait, we went here for lunch, right? Yeah. And then, didn't we go like to a movie or something? Yeah. And then we were at the bar after that, weren't we? Oh yeah. What were we doing in between all that shit? Man, all kinds of stuff, bro. Fuck, I don't remember any of that.
Well,
the life of the rock star. I keep saying it, bro. I totally lived the rock star life just without the talent or the band or the money.
Party every day, not get rock and roll at night, but party every day.
Rock and roll life. I should have been, like a fucking manager or something, bro. I should have been that route, dude, because that's the lifestyle that I was born to play, and I just didn't get to.
Snort a kilometer of cocaine every morning.
Yep. We used to do that type of shit, man. We'd spell our name out. And
in coke?
Try to snort your whole name. That was one.
Well, you've got money when you can afford to snort cocaine off a stripper's tits. That's when you've really made it. Yeah.
I haven't done it off a stripper's tits, but I've done it off tits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done it off an ass too, and off a belly.
Not bad. Yeah, you didn't have to pay for it. That's better.
Yeah, that was the cool part. Pay a little bit for the cocaine, but but back in the day, I knew Pete. Like, there was a time in my life where there wasn't anything on this planet I couldn't get you, like, relatively. Even if I didn't do it, which I did. I've sampled pretty much everything, but I didn't really do, like, I wasn't a guy who was into doing. I would do basically. That's not true. I'd do basically anything. Like, I was a garbage pail kid. I'll do fucking whatever. I'd do it all in one day too. And there was times where I'd do like some coke, some Chris, pop a couple E-pills, drink some booze, smoke a bunch of weed, all throughout the day. Yeah, garbage pail. But never, weed and liquor are the only 2 things that have ever been consistent in my life. Everything else is just like whenever the party rolls around, like, oh, here, I got these pills. Oh, okay. Let's do them. What are they? You'll find out. Fuck it. But I'm not saying that's the right road to take, kids, because it does take you down, some pretty crazy alleys.
You're going to end up like Tommy Bean.
Oh, fuck you! Right? Yeah.
Carrying a slingshot around, selling bennies in a baggie. You don't want to be that dude.
Fuck you!
Looks like the guy from Home Alone. Fuck you, Home Alone.
Oh, that's so great. Oh, man. You know, for as annoying as a fuckwad he is, dude, I do enjoy Tommy Bean's character, man. Like, I can't stand, like, I want to punch his fucking ass too, you know? But he's great at it, you know?
Oh, you know, what pissed me off was when he stripped Julian's car while they were away. You don't fuck with a man's car, right? So, and Julian's cars are like his fucking wives, you know, he really cares about his cars. So
I would imagine he probably cares about them a little more than he does fucking women.
Probably, yeah. He seems to have. He's usually with the car a lot longer than he is with a woman. So.
I mean, you don't really have to worry about your car fucking taking off and fucking around on you.
Yeah, exactly, or yelling at you.
You know, I mean, unless you hand your keys to your car over to somebody, it ain't going anywhere.
Well, the other thing is a man's as faithful as his options, and Julian's like considered the best looking dude in the park. So there's lots of women there that probably fuck him on a regular basis. He's too much of a gentleman to talk about it, but he gets lots of miscellaneous tail. So.
Yeah.
Except for Lucy, he wouldn't go near Lucy.
Lucy, she's a trailer park hoe.
Well, that's what he says, bro, but they totally banged. Dude. They've totally banged. He took her virginity, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, she comes on to him a few times, right? She's just blatantly too.
Yeah, but no, I've like I said, I've already come to that realization because he was, I think, 17 or 18, and she was like 16. They're at that party, and I'm telling you, that's what happened. That's what it is. He took her virginity. That's why she's so sprung off him, and it's always all about Julian. And,
oh yeah.
You know, she would leave Tom Arnold in a heartbeat for Julian.
Probably.
You know? And what episode is this? What number episode is this? Hold on, where's my remote? This is number this is episode 6. So can I go ahead and say real quick that this is now 6, count them, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, count them 6 glorious episodes with no Lucy.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, Lucy's not in the second one. Neither is Trinity. There's 2 characters that are not in the second season.
I'm thinking I'm gonna have to reevaluate what I've said because there are some great. I mean, season 5. I think it's 5. Is that the one with that? Or was it 4? 4 with the hash driveway.
Or maybe it was season 5 because in the midst of after Ray's trailer burns down and there's pandemonium, Ricky's like, "Get the fuck off the driveway."
Yeah. 4 is the one. The 4 is the one that ends with Rita McNeil, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So then 5. 5's a great season. Then 4 is awesome too. But this might actually now have to be in the running for talks of my favorite season because you got the Bible Pimp, which is. Bubbles is just gold, and it's a great episode in general. A few other great episodes, but we have an entire season of No Lucy here.
Yeah,
that's just amazing for me. That's
well,
amazing.
she goes away after season 10, so
that's true.
Yeah.
But the show is funny, but I mean, it's still different. Like, there's no J-Rock then. There's. I mean, it's totally different. I don't know. It's just.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's less J-Rock. It's true.
No, J-Rock's last season is 10.
Yeah. But he's kind of here and there in season 2, right? Because I don't think he was in this one. I don't remember seeing him.
He's not in this episode for sure. He's just playing small cameos, a little less than season 1. I think his character comes full back in season 3, probably.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, he was important in the Bible Pimp because he and the Rock Pile helped them go to this.
Oh yeah, they were definitely there. So certain episodes they're in.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, we're building up there to the end. Fucking, they tricked the cops with switch around the letters and the numbers. Ricky tells her that until they're done growing, tells Trina until they're done growing dope, she can't come around just because of her dad. But once, they're done growing the dope and everything's cool, then they can hang out. She can hang out, whatever. And then they go back inside, and Julian and Bubbles now know how to make the hash. And so then Ricky goes, well, since you guys can I go study for my grade 10 final exam? And Julian gives him the night off, and that's where the episode ends. So Ricky's off to go study for his grade 10 final exam. He's hopefully going to pass grade 10. And, yeah.
Is hot knives a better way to do hash?
Yeah, it depends. Hot knives are cool. You can put a hash right on your bowl of weed and just smoke it. Honestly, you can do hot knives with weed too. You just take a little piece of flour though, just like this much, and then fucking get your knives nice and hot. You're gonna want flame, not electric stove. You want gas stove because you want the flame. You get them red hot, and then you just scoop that thing up. And the way they do it in there, they always you watch him. He goes, right. There's a better trick to that than that. Don't do that. Just take a water bottle, cut the bottom off, take the lid off, put your mouth on it, and just use that. It'll funnel it all right in.
I used to know a guy who he would take a blowtorch, put the butter knives in the flame at the same time until they burn red hot, and then immediately get the hash.
Yeah.
So that's why
you can do it with flour, and honestly, it's a great way to conserve. Because this little tiny bit like this is going to give you a rip, and you'll get stoned to shit off it. And just the littlest buds will last for so long. There was a period there in my late teens and mid to late teens that was like all I smoked was hot knives.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for a
people, it does. I notice people do. Point where they develop well, not a habit, but where they seem to prefer that over any other way.
Yeah. That's not really true. I totally did gravity bongs, and I totally smoked other bongs and joints and shit. I smoked all ways. But if I was at home by myself, I just did hot knives.
I saw Dave Mustaine talking to Lars Ulrich about how when Mustaine was still in Metallica, they would do a thing where they dig a little hole in the ground and blow hash smoke into it. I don't know if that makes you more high or not, but he said they did that together. Maybe they were stoned before they decided to do that, because I don't see how that makes it better. Inhaling dirt.
Yeah, I don't even get it.
That's what he said. Yeah.
I don't even get they just dug a hole and just blew smoke into the hole.
I guess, or maybe found a hole. I don't know, but he said, yeah, we used to smoke hash and blow the smoke in the hole in the ground. I miss doing that with my little Danish friend.
It probably didn't get them any more stoned. They just enjoyed doing it because then the hole would be full of smoke for a minute.
Yeah, I suppose.
Before it dissipates.
Yeah. Okay. Kind of like when it's like when you do it in a car and it kind of you hotbox it. Yeah.
Well, that would get you hotbox because you're sitting in it. Now, if you were sitting in the hole and the hole filled up around you, that would hotbox you for sure.
Yeah, that's lodges, yeah.
I'm just saying, I guess that it would just look like fog had filled this hole, and it looked cool, is all it is. Being stoned, it looked cool. Because I'll admit, I got this incense holder over here, this little dragon one right here, but it uses what's called backflow cones. So you put the cone up here on top of the dragon's head, and the smoke flows downward, and it comes out the mouth, and it goes down like a waterfall. And this, it used to light up. I probably just need new batteries for it. But this would light up colors, and then the smoke would fall down, and it would fill up this little tray full of smoke. And it's way trippy, and it looks really cool. And then it smells like incense at the same time. And and trust me, when I'm super stoned and I watch that thing, it's almost like dry ice, the dry ice effect. So if you're sitting there super stoned and just like slowly go and just like letting the smoke flow out of your mouth and like fill up this hole almost like dry ice or like that, it would look really cool, you know. And so I guess I could see where that would be entertaining if you're fucking really stoned.
I wonder if it'd be cool, like,
I might do it tomorrow.
To throw a party, not like an elegant dinner party, but like a party, you know?
Toga! Toga!
Say, set up like a dry ice machine to send fog out in, like to create a cool effect like that. But I'm wondering if you're in a fairly small room and you're inhaling that smoke, I wonder if that would be hard to breathe, you know? Because it's very moist. It would be really humid in there.
I've been inside dry ice and smoke machines and shit like that before, and fog machines, and you know. Now the one you want to be careful of is fire extinguishers. The shit inside fire extinguisher, because that it eliminates the oxygen in the air, and that's how it puts out fires. And so that's the thing. If you breathe that in, you won't be able to breathe. It'll get rid of all the oxygen in your lungs.
Oh man, that'd be fucked up.
Yeah, I've been in a room full of that shit before. It was fucking horrible. Me and some friends allegedly broke into the sanitation department. And,
learned your lesson of that.
And, well, we went up through the roof, and got on the roof, and there was a door on the roof that went inside, and it was just like a big thing. And we were in there fucking around, and found a fire extinguisher. And anyway, when you come in from the rafter, like on the roof, there was like stairs that walked down to the main floor, and then there was actually a hole in the ground with stairs that went down like another ways, like 40 feet or whatever, 50 feet. But there was a base, like a subfloor, and there was just more, levers and buttons and machines and shit down there. Well, I found a fire extinguisher and fucking started just playing with it down there. And I ended up filling up the whole room, and we were in it for a minute, and you could not breathe. So we got out of it, but I ended up just kept letting it go, and I ended up filling up this entire room. And I was walking up the stairs as it's coming up, right at my feet, rising up the stairs as I'm watching this entire giant room just slowly begin to disappear as the level of this fucking shit was filling, and it filled all the way up to when I stepped back up the square hole back into the main floor, it came right up to it, man, and the thing was empty. And so then I dropped the fucking fire extinguisher, and it goes through the fucking fire extinguisher shit and disappears into it, and you hear a couple seconds later clank 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 clank. I mean, it was pretty far fall, and then next thing you know, we're up here pushing buttons and pulling levers and shit. All of a sudden, fucking some red lights start flashing and some fucking noise starts cranking off, and I was like, "Oh shit, they're playing my song. We better go." Dead serious. This is not a joke story. This is a real story, and which most of my stories are real stories. But
Raymond, believe it or not, right?
Yeah, right. That would be a good show. It's just you tell some wild story, and believe it or not, man.
I think a lot of them are based in reality.
Yes, everyone might be. That's the thing. Like any good storyteller, everything's based in reality, but you want to, you just embellish it, you fluff it a little bit. That makes for good storytelling. You don't tell them you caught a 2-pound fish. No, dude, you caught a 17-pound fucking fish.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No one cares if you caught a guppy. When you tell them about the marlin you fucking caught, that's a good story. They can believe it. They don't have,
This fish punched my father in the face.
Yeah, punched right in the fucking face, dude. You should have been there. Dude. And then this fucking eagle comes flying down and snatches the fish, and there goes Dad hanging onto the fish with the fucking thing. So here I am chasing under him in the boat as the fucking bird's flying away, giant fucking bird, and it's got the fish and Dad. And it can't get too much height because it's a lot of weight. So Dad's fucking feet are dragging in the water, and I'm just speeding along in a little boat trying to catch up with him. Dad was saying, screaming the whole time, "Dad, just let go of the fucking fish." And he's like, "No, this is my trophy." See? That's a great story. Totally fucking bullshit. But a great story.
Oh, speaking of bullshit, I've blown my wad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the fucking way she goes, you know?
What?
That's the way she goes.
That's the way she goes?
That's right. That's the way she goes. That's what I said.
You use an expression from the show. I got a rock a piss. All right. So fuck talk. We got work to do.
All right, everybody. Party's over. Let's go home.
Fuck off, Mr. Leahy.
Disco pool party, yeah, fuck you. Smoke a lot of weed and get really fucking stoned. Yeah.